Welcome to Declaring Methods. So today we're going to be taking a look at declaring methods, the syntax of doing that, and then method parameters. So first off, let's talk about declaring methods. So up to this point, the only methods that we've declared has been the main method, and we've simply memorized the declaration because it's standard. And now in this section and in this lecture, we're going to start making our own methods, and this will increase the complexity of our program because we can add in more of what we want the computer to do. So let's take a look at the syntax of a method declaration. So here's an example: public void print name parentheses string name parentheses. So let's look at this word by word. So the first word is public. So public is a keyword, as we've gone over earlier in the course, and it's also known as an access modifier because the public keyword makes this method accessible to everyone. And the void keyword signifies the return type. So the return type is basically what does the program return. So what does it give? Like when I were to insert something into a program, what will the program do in return? So let's say if I had a program like get name and I wanted to find out a name, then we would have the program return the name. But in this case, the program does not print anything out. So when it does not print anything out, its return type is void. But if it, let's say it prints out a string, let's say it returns a string, then that void keyword would be replaced with a string. And as we look at more hands-on programs, we'll see how the method declarations fit in and where the void keyword fits in as well. Then print name is the method name, and then within the parentheses, string space name is known as a parameter. So a parameter is kind of like the argument that a function takes, and then we'll be looking at this a little bit more, but we'll look at exactly what a parameter does. So method parameters, let's see, we have method name, parentheses, type name, comma, type name, parentheses. So this is just the syntax for the method parameters. And what's happening is like, let's look at a sample method: eat food, parentheses, int amount, comma, boolean is edible, parentheses. So what's going to happen is that these are int amount and boolean is edible are two different parameters. And then when the method is called, somebody would put eat food, parentheses, and then they would put an integer that would represent amount, and then they would put a boolean that would represent is edible. So basically these parameters are simply letting the computer know that what you're expecting to get for that method, and then the user can put in any information, like they can put any integer and they can put any boolean type. And then these parameters are referred to in the body of the method. So in the eat food method, you'll see that it says if is edible. So if that comes out to be true, then the system will print out the amount, which is an integer. And the good thing about parameters is that the user can insert anything, and then the output will vary depending on what the user inserts. And this may seem a lot of like abstract, but we'll be taking a look at some hands-on programs a little bit later in this section, and there we'll be able to see exactly where method parameters and method declarations fit in.